Hi, how y'all doing? It is Friday, the 15th? No, Thursday, the 15th of May, 2025. Here in Ontario, Canada, the skies are blue with strange clouds, right? Um, I slept good last night. My foot finally stopped cramping. I didn't make a video yesterday. I don't know why. I think I've been uploaded or whatever, right? Just getting information, learning stuff. So, yeah. Um, And plus, I've had to go it a couple times. Yesterday I didn't though. I made it for today. I had to go to the grocery store. Went to a butcher that sells farm meat. So, did that. People are still strange out there. They're not emotional. They're just, right? The resting bitch face kind of thing. But that's okay. I don't mind at all. Schuman yesterday was 30-minute blackout and then to a 21. I felt it in the afternoon around 4 o'clock. I was sitting in my chair and I just got extreme fatigue, closed my eyes, and like was sleeping. But I was forcing myself not to because I was going to make supper soon, right? And shortly after 4:30, I finally forced my eyes open and made myself wake up and do something, right? So something had changed in the energy yesterday around that time. Maybe whatever they're doing with the sun, right? Our moon phase changed too. What is it? Waxing crest, waning gibbous. Well, receive and spiritual. So yeah, download, upload, whatever you want to call it, right? Um, I woke up in the rise today and I had a song in my head and it was an old soul song. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. Mama gonna carry you home. And I was like, why am I hearing that song? Right? You know? Everything's a code. Different. I had a different song stuck in my head last week. I can't remember what it was. It was I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Right? And I was like, what's up with this? Every rising, I'd hear that song. And I haven't been listening to this music, right? It just pops in. So, yeah. When I was at the grocery store, seeing my friend over there, Tass, she was working, right? She stopped over yesterday in the afternoon or after dinner. We got smoked a pipe together, marijuana, and she was like, "I just stopped over to see what you want to do for your birthday." I said, "I don't know, right? Let's stop calling it a birthday and call it your naming day." So my naming day is on Saturday. So I don't know. Maybe we can have a couple of drinks. And so when I went over today and I seen her, I said, maybe we can go bar hopping. I have one here, you know what I mean? And I go to the next place, I have one there. And she goes, that's going to cost a lot. I said, we're only having one here and one there. There's not that many bars in town, you know what I mean? She was like, yeah, I guess so. It's been a long time since I've done anything like that. I said, yeah, me too. I don't know. So I know in the spiritual movement they say that you can't do any of this stuff because it'll bring your vibration down. I was listening to the chief today, Rod Hayes, and one of the guys said that to him, right? How it brings your frequency down and everything. And Rod says, who can tell a God what to do and what they can have, and what they can't have, right? And I thought about it, and I was like, that's absolutely right. You know, put limits on me. So yeah, same as I've been seeing myself in the first body instead of the four bodies, right? The light being, it's the core. And outside of that, it's the skeleton and the nerves. And then, or the skeleton, the nerves and the muscles and meat. And then the skin, right? The body's just a suit. We're the light being. You know, I'm Mr. Simpson. on Homer Simpson, I mean The Simpsons. It was Mr. Burns. He was all drugged up on something. I can't remember what he was shooting up. And he got out of the mansion and walked through the woods and seen that being of light. That's what we are inside. We're a star, right? Like that. So I've been envisioning myself as that, right? Because that's your God being. I don't like the word God, but for lack of a better word, more descriptive word, let's just say it that way, right? And I thought they went through a hell of a lot of stuff to what's the word I'm looking for? Stop us. You know? Think about the programming. We're in a hologram, alright? I told you how I thought about this. Evil AI, Zach, took over our ship and reprogrammed the holodeck. That made it so we're all in a hologram. And we've been doing this for a very long time because they had us loop through the reincarnation machine, which is now gone. Right? Because we've already won this shit. It's over with. We're just waiting for the fat lady to sing. Right? For the final curtain. Shit like that. I was watching, who was saying, I think it was the chief was saying that because there's not enough mass awakening yet, they're going to have to pull a kind of scare event, whatever, shake shit up. Could be new information, like the Diddy list, the Epstein list, the Clinton emails, Podesta files. So maybe somebody hacks the internet and puts all unredacted shit on the internet and it goes viral and it's shocking shit. Maybe it's something we haven't even seen or thought of yet, right? Like what happened in 2020, you know? So, yeah, it'll wake people up. They gotta feel the pain, right? And the rest of us been sitting waiting around. Just think about the people who have known this for a very long time. How very difficult it must have been for them, right? Waiting. I can't imagine. But I guess we all have been, because we've done this so many times before. We kept on coming back, getting sucked back then, and trying to free us and the rest of the earth, you know? So yeah, I know. I've seen too that to the news things. I just read the headlines. Trump was meeting somebody in an Arabian. I think he was Arab, and the other guy was a Turk or something like that. And as soon as I seen that, myself said, "It's the BRICS. They're finalizing the BRICS, right? The gold-backed system to get rid of the fiat dollar." And I thought, yeah, what would freak people out is if it was announced that we're all going to get all this money and everything because Mr. T, whatever, everybody in the United States, I guess it was the world. Then I watched the tarot card reader and she confirmed this shit. That Nasser Jasser is going to be released and activated and everything. And that's when the banks go down, right? The internet goes off. Because they're going out kicking and screaming. They're narcissists having a temper tantrum, right? I thought that would be a sign that we're there, kind of thing. Because shortly after that, 3 days to 3 weeks, I don't think it's going to be 3 weeks. It's going to be back up and running in the new system. Not the one they want, the one we want, right? I don't know. And then tarot card reader today, she was looking for the energy today of the world, the earth, the people on it, and it pretty much said you should be celebrating. Things are coming together for the best for everybody. Everybody's going to be so happy. The whole world, every country. And I was like, sounds like Nasser Jasera, right? In a weird way. It's the money thing. It's all the attachments, right? I just want everybody to know that we're free. You know? But yeah. Get rid of the borders so I can travel. Bring out the medical technology so we can heal everybody. Mend them. and the critters and creatures. We'll work on them too, right? Other than that, the solar flare comes after that. I was thinking too when I was talking to my friend Tass last night that with the solar sun maximum has started last year, and Stefan Burns, right? He's a educated guy, right? Um, he said it starts fizzling out after 2026. It reaches its peak, right? The solar maximum of the sun in 2026. And then after that, it starts slowly going back down, according to his graphs, right? The timeline. He's good at reading that part of the program. So I was like, well, then, wouldn't this solar flare, great solar flare, happen before, or flash happen before by 2026 or somewhere around there? You know? It would suck to get us all up here, like, rising up, getting ready, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that was just a trial. And it starts going down again. That's what I said to her. I said, better not, I don't imagine it will. But I think we got a while to go with this yet. Because we got to beat him for 2030, right? I don't know. It's all up to the sun. Expect miracles. Good things happen all the time, right? Everything happens for a reason. Like I said, I'm just being impatient right now. That's what that little bit was about, right? Trying to figure shit out, and I can't. Because whoever's running the program is the only person that knows this shit. None of us else. And nobody else does, I should say. But yeah, my black son too has been grumpy the last 2 days in the afternoon. Not sure what that is. Schuman today is at 18. Alright, so down a little bit from yesterday. Because after the blackout, it was 21. Today it's 18. So yeah, I'll have the house to myself this weekend, like I do every weekend. See what kind of fun I could get up to. How am I going to celebrate? Right? Everybody that I've talked to, my sister Vanessa, said I sent her a text and asked her if she wanted to celebrate with me on Saturday, and she said sure. So I said okay, I'll call you on Saturday. So then my friend Tass and my sister Vanessa said they'll spend some time with me on Saturday. What should I do? Maybe they'll help me figure it out. And they didn't get the job, so it's good to be around them. All right, that's enough. All I've been seeing is ravens and seagulls. Or blackbirds, sorry, some slobbering. Blackbirds and seagulls. All right, I haven't seen anything else. And I noticed when I got up in the rise today, like the tree up front, the buds opened and the leaves are starting to pop out to blossom. So, because the rest of the bush around me, or where I can see all the trees, the tree line, I mean, they've got their leaves, right? They're growing. This ash tree is taking a while, though. Not sure about that. Maybe it's one of the later flowering trees, right? Leafing trees. I don't know. Alright, every day I'm stronger than the day before. Every day I have more to be grateful for than the day before. And every day I remember who I really am more than the day before. I love you all as a consciousness. Enjoy this later day. Okay? Okay. Bye.